Well, we are seeing some recovery from the lows in a couple of these mid-cap names. Cement stocks, for instance, Ambuja Cement has moved higher. We have United Spirits, which has moved to the high point of trade as well. And Alembic Pharma from the broader markets has seen a big move, most of that coming by in just the last few odd minutes. One stock which is in focus is Jubilant Foodworks, because they've made announcements with regards to expansion of their Popeye brand, which the street cites as an optionality of growth for the company going forward. I spoke to their recently appointed global CEO, Joshua Kobza of Restaurant Brands International, and Sameer Khetarpal of Jubilant Foodworks, and began by asking them about their plan for Popeyes as it completes a year in India. Listen in.
We are very excited about the response that we have received from our customers, the repeat rates that we have seen, and the satisfaction on food level. They're coming back and asking for more. We are ready to expand. I think that's kind of the big announcement. We'll add we will get to 50 stores in 1 year and 250 in the medium term. So super excited about the journey.
Joshua, you know, it's your first international trip after you took over as CEO. That means that you have some targets for India as well. What are your internal targets for how big India could be for you?
I think Sameer laid out the numbers really well. I would just tell you, I'm personally very excited for Popeyes all around the world, but particularly in India. That's why I made it kind of my first international trip, because I think it's one of the biggest priorities for us all around the world.
So, you know, we've seen the chicken sandwich market grow faster than all other categories of quick service restaurants globally. Sameer, what has your prognosis for India said? How big a market can it be? And what are the expected growth rates here?
So I think the market is huge. It is the QSR industry as a whole is poised to grow 9 to 10%. My own estimate is the chicken as a space will grow faster than that.
If I can just add on the chicken sandwich, if you go back a few years in the United States first and then around the world, we launched the now famous Popeyes chicken sandwich, which was a tremendous success. Some people said we blew up the internet, but we also sold a lot of chicken sandwiches, and I think that had a really powerful impact on the whole sector in that we really upgraded what people expected from a chicken sandwich. We've now taken the famous Popeyes chicken sandwich all over the globe, and I think that's really driving a lot of growth across the category, and we'll expect to do the same here in India.
What is it that Popeyes has for it to have a right to win out here? Yes, it is the Louisiana flavor, etc., that everyone talks about. I'm a vegetarian, so I have no take on this personally. But, you know, how is it that you will make Indians have some of your products?
No, I think great question, and I think that's always the endeavor. And I'm delighted that at Jubilant I have a team of great chefs, food technologists, and we've kind of in our new office we have a dedicated room of a floor dedicated to kitchens across brands, and along with very strong consumer research lab. So we're firstly constantly learning and innovating for our customers. More importantly, I think for specifically for Popeyes rather, I think inherently the bold flavors of Louisiana work very well with Indian palate.
Right. You know, Josh, just to follow up on that itself, the Indian market not particularly easy currently, primarily because in the chicken space itself, you have the incumbent large global QSR chains as well. You have, you know, KFC at the same time. McDonald's has ramped up its chicken sandwich offering, of course, on account of the fact that you guys have made that entry as well. But at scale, those guys, you know, are very well versed with India. Indians are well versed with those brands. In that, how do you make Popeye relevant to the average Indian?
Yeah, it's a great question. And, you know, as we look all around the world, we've been able to compete very effectively versus a number of different competitors in the industry, whether that's in the United States, where we've been able to take a lot of market share, or in so many new countries around the world that we've gone to and entered very successfully. I think the key ingredients are the same, both in our recipe and in our success. And it's the great products and incredible service that we provide that allows us to be really effective in the marketplace. And as I said a little bit ago, I think the other really important key for us is to work with local partners that help us to figure out how to adapt and how to be really effective in the marketplace. and there's none better than Jubilant. They're an incredibly talented team, very experienced. They also have the scale in the market, so they can help us a lot on the supply chain, on things like technology. That's allowed us to bring a very digital-first approach to the market, and I think that's what's going to allow us to compete effectively here.
What will it be? New cities penetrating in the south itself? What sort of regional trends have you noticed so far? I mean, currently you're prevalent only in the southern markets.
I have ramped up my real estate team by 3x in the last 6 months, Mangalam. They're all over, and I don't allow them to come to our office because I want them to go get me the best properties across India. So we're going to expand. We are not going to be. We are more supply constrained than demand constrained, if I can use that analogy.
And final question then, this is on the overall business for you, Samir. Just wanted to understand, how has consumer sentiment been so far? Have we seen a pickup after festive season? There was a lull. A lot of people were talking about inflation hitting them. Now, with the kind of commissaries you've built, the lower end that you're targeting, how has demand been?
Yeah, I think India is always a value-conscious market, and Mangalam, we are grown like that, we are trained like that, or wired like that. But yeah, I think the inflation has not come down to the extent that I would have liked personally. It continues to be high, and consumers continue to make choice in favor of entry-level or lower-priced products, and that's why we launched the 49 rupee range as part of Domino's. So I do see some bit of volumetric uptake, but consumers are very conscious of how much they are spending while eating out.
Okay, interesting conversation there for Popeyes, which has completed 1 year in India. I just want to point out that there has been some amount of a recovery which has taken place just in the past couple of minutes for the markets. So the Nifty has managed to climb back up towards 17,000, just about maintaining those levels. And the Bank Nifty has retraced back to 39,000 as well. So there is some amount of buying which is coming in at lower levels. Time for a short break. We'll get you more on the markets, a lot of stocks on the other side. Stay tuned.